guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jenny and this is my handsome baby boy, Damien. Mendigas patas. So I've been wanting to do this for a while. I think I'm going to tell my labor and delivery story with my little munchkin baby. Before I start the video, I just wanted to show you guys my new like set, whatever. I got it from Pineapple Clothing. If you use my code JENCUR, you will get 20% off, I believe, 10% off, something off. All right, let's get on with the video. Okay, so I want to say around August 13th, I had my last prenatal visit. So I went in and the doctor checked how dilated I was, and she said I was around 2 to 3 centimeters dilated. She asked me if I wanted her to strip my membrane. I didn't know what that was, and I was like, what is that? And she pretty much just said it induces labor. So I said, yeah, sure, why not? So she did the procedure, and holy cow, my sister was there with me, and I was like on the verge of crying. Yeah, I probably hurt you too. After that, no kidding, as soon as I got in the car is when I started having contractions. Like, then I told my sister, like, I feel like he's coming soon. Like, I am so excited. Then I told my sister I want to get some pineapple because they say pineapple helps also speed the process along. So I ate like a whole sartén de pineapple, and then I walked a lot. I believe it was that day I felt like some liquidy stuff coming down. And I told Danny, I was like, I think it's time. And I called the doctors. I told them, they're like, oh, well, just go to the hospital just in case. So I remember I took a shower, I did my makeup, we headed to the hospital. My hospital was Scripps and Encinitas, so it was kind of a long ride. It was around 45 minutes to get there, and then we got there. They checked us in, everything, and then they were like, oh, well, we gotta make sure if your water actually broke, and if not, we can't admit you. And we were there for a while, and turns out my water didn't break. Then after that, the 14th passed, August 14th, nothing. August 15th, throughout the day, nothing. More towards the night was when I started feeling, come here, was when I started feeling the contractions. He likes to be with mama. I know his hair is all over the place, like always, but that's okay, right? I remember I kept waking up at night. Like, they were pretty strong. I could fall asleep, but it kept waking me up. And so the next morning, I woke up around 7. I rushed to the restroom, and as soon as I pulled down my underwear, salió un pinche chorro de agua. And I was like, holy cow, this is it. I was so excited. I was like, this is it. My baby's coming. And then I told Danny, and he was like,
it's not it. It's not it.
Like, ¿tú qué? ¿Tú qué? Siempre estás diciendo que it's not it. So then I called again, and they're like, well, I think this one is actually the real thing. I just took a shower, and I told Danny, let's go, because they started hurting pretty bad. We headed toward the hospital. He just farted. And on the road, I couldn't even speak to Danny. They checked us in and everything, and it was getting harder for me to breathe. And I would stop, and I would hang into the wall like, oh my gosh, he's coming, he's coming. So then they got me a room, and they did the whole procedure again, like with the speculum, making sure my water actually broke. And they took a long time to finally admit me. I got there around 8 a.m. and they didn't like finally admit me till around 10 or 11. At first, there was one nurse, I didn't really like her. She checked me, and she was like,
your water didn't break.
I'm like, entonces, ¿qué chingado fue eso? Pinche chorro de agua.
In my head, I was like, what? Then what is it? You have to figure out what the heck that was, if that wasn't my amniotic fluid. And then the actual doctor, I really loved her. She came in, and she checked me, and she was like, your water definitely broke. I can feel his hair. And everybody was just like, and look, he has so much hair. Obviously, you could see it. Yes, obviously, you could see it. So before the doctor actually told me that my water broke, I remember thinking like, There's no way I can go home right now. The contractions were so painful. I was like, I'm gonna stay in the parking lot or something. And luego after that, when she's like, okay, you're like being admitted, they made me sign some papers. And that's when it all began. Time passes by and my mom gets there. And then my best friend gets there. Everything is fine. Like, and the contractions are going normal. The baby's moving. The heartbeat's good. I'm good. And then all of a sudden, my blood pressure starts going up. And so that led to a fever. And then they couldn't control the blood pressure. They couldn't control my fever. And then I started getting really, really bad chills. Like, I started shivering. Like, I was scared for my life. And in that freaking room, it was so hot at some points. It was so cold. It was so hot and then it was so cold. Like, my husband had to turn up the heat, turn it down so many times. And I would have like 2 blankets and I was so freaking hot. But inside I was cold. I was shivering. I prayed and prayed. And I was like, please, God, please, por favor. Like, please help me get through this. I know I can do this. And I remember them telling me, if your blood pressure and your fever and your chills don't go down, your baby's gonna go to the NICU. My heart sank. First of all, I feel like the NICU has such a bad connotation sometimes. Like, as soon as we hear NICU, we're like, oh my God, my baby's so sick. My baby's gonna go, bad. I'm not gonna be with him. But later in the video, I'll explain why it's not as bad as a lot of people make it seem. First, they couldn't figure out what was wrong with me, but they did some tests and everything, and they said that apparently I had a urinary tract infection, a UTI. And I was like, what? Because a week before that, I went to go test because I had some symptoms of it. I went to go test it with my gynecologist. And it salió negative. And I was confused. I was like, I could have avoided this. Like, why? And I was so pissed. I started crying and I was like, no, like, my baby can't go in the NICU. Like, I was picturing this labor and delivery different. And that's what I think a lot of moms should keep in mind, that even though your pregnancy may seem beautiful and wonderful, your labor might not. And I feel like that's what I needed to put in my brain before going into the hospital. Like, anything can go wrong. The main thing is to just remain calm, because it affects not only you but your baby. I learned that because my mom spoke to me and she was like, it's okay, it's best, that's the best for him. Would you rather him be with you and be sick, or him and get better in the NICU? Fever just kept getting worse. It was up to 101 and my blood pressure just kept going up and up. So with every contraction I had, it would shoot up. Doctor came in and she spoke to me and she was like, honey, I think the best thing right now is for you to get an epidural. And I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I really, really, really did not want to get it. And they said, we suggest you get an epidural because it's going to calm your body down. It's not going to hurt as much. She said, if you don't make this decision right now, in 10 minutes, you can't get it anymore because you're already like 6 centimeters dilated. Hey. Well, then I kept saying no and no, and then out of nowhere, a strong-ass contraction hit me, and I wanted to throw myself to the floor.
I was like, ¿sabes qué? No. Call the freaking anesthesia doctor. Llámalo ahorita que quiero que me echen esa aguja atrás, que me pongan esa aguja.
And my mom told me too, she's like, I know you didn't want an epidural, I didn't want that either for you, but it's what's best. The doctor came in, and they started prepping everything. They took forever, and I remember sitting down, and I was así agarrándome la panza, like rocking my baby, like, please, Damien, please, you're gonna be okay, I'm gonna be okay, we're gonna go home, and we're gonna be happy. Some asked me, like, does it hurt? Does that needle hurt when they put it in your back? But to be honest, my contractions hurt so freaking bad that I didn't even feel when the guy put it in. Like, oh my god, that sounds wrong. Put it in my back. That sounds more wrong. Put the epidural up in here. And I was like to my mom, when is this gonna kick in? Like, it still hurts. And then like 15 minutes later, body just started feeling more relaxed. My friend said she had to go to work, and then she was gonna come right back. I was like 8 centimeters dilated, and I texted her and I'm like,
where you at, girl? I can't have this baby without you.
Like, you need to be there. So then it was good. She came back. Oh, and I forgot to mention, during the whole time, Danny se la pasaba durmiendo, yendo al baño y comiendo. And I was so mad. Like, just mad because he was just eating the whole time and sleeping. And one time I caught him just like, I'm over here in pain, and you're over there sleeping, tragando, and you help me do this? You help me do this baby too? Shit. Mom was like, no, mija, it's okay. Like, he's nervous. Come here. Blinky. Like, he's nervous. Your dad was like that too, so it's okay. I wasn't that mad. My back también me dolía mucho. Like, a lot. It was like really sharp pains. Yeah, Damien, you did that. And then me estaba sobando. Él, según, me estaba sobando, but he didn't know how. And my mom, dude, my mom was hella bomb. Like, I'm massaging. She massaged me for a good, I don't know, hour. And so did my friend too. My best friend, she massaged me for a long time. Just want to say thank you, Laura. Thank you, Mama. Thank you, Danny, for being there for me. Danny was there more of moral support, but my mom and my best friend were more there for actually helping me physically. I don't know if I could have done it without you guys. So then when I was like around 9 centimeters, I felt this urge to push. And the nurse was like, no, it's not time yet. It's not time. Like,
¿Y tú cómo sabes when it's time? Are you having this baby? No?
But she was right. It wasn't time yet. Hi, world.
Ay, no, eres bien buena para moverlo. Ándale, Jenny. Mírala.
She was really nice, though. She was like a Latina, kind of in her 50s. She was awesome. When she was like, okay, I'm going to be monitoring you. Whenever you really feel like you really need to take a big, call me. So that's when I told my friend and my mom and Danny, I was like, it's time. Like, it's time. I feel like I need to take a big. I called the nurse. She's like, are you sure? And I was like, yeah, this is it. So then she's like, okay. And she's like, we're going to do some practice. You're going to do really long push. Ay, Damiencito. I said, okay. And she said, you're going to hold it for 10 seconds. You're going to do that. And then I'm going to say rest. And then another one again. So I did that, and she's like, wow, you're doing pretty well. I wanted him out already. I wanted to meet him already. There were so many nurses. I remember like a good 7 or 8 plus the doctor. I think I pushed for like 5 minutes, Damien. He wanted to come out already.
What happened?
He scratched himself. Or is this,
Oh, never mind. Here's my lipstick.
I remember I was pushing. She was like, stop pushing. And I was like,
what you mean stop pushing? My body can't just stop pushing.
I had to stop because his umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. So desamarró, and then she put him on my stomach. And I was like, this is my baby. Hermoso.
Push. It's not out yet. Now it is. Okay. Nuchal cord. Okay. Hold on. Stop pushing. Cord was just twisted around. Hello, friend. Happy birthday. You got a little boy.
I started crying, and I was like, oh, this is so worth it. All this pain is so worth it. So they had him here for like 45 minutes. It's called like the golden hour, where they just have the baby right here, skin to skin with the mom. And I remember as legit 2 minutes later, ya tenía hambre. Por eso es bien tragón, ¿verdad, Damien? He was latching really good. He just wanted mama's milk. I think he wants it right now.
Ya tiene hambre.
He's hungry. But then they had to take him away because they had to make sure that he didn't have the infection that I had. So he was put on antibiotics and everything as well. And then after Damien was taken away and my friend went home because it was pretty late already. And then my mom went home. And then Damien went to the NICU. And le dije a Dani que lo acompañara because I didn't want him to be alone. I was just by myself. Sorry, I'm gonna cry. And I was just thinking about like everything that happened. I started praying and I said, please, Lord, like please don't let anything happen to my baby. Like I felt so guilty because I said, si yo no me cuidé, like I should have gone again if I had symptoms of the infection. Like, I should have gone again and checked or something. Like I caused this upon my baby. I was just so mad at myself. And then I was like, no, Jenny, this is for his own good. This is for his own good. And I just kept thinking happy thoughts like he's gonna be okay, he's gonna be all right. He was tired. So I came to the living room because Damien fell asleep. But after that, I had to wait like around 4 hours for the epidural to finally wear off. I was put in a wheelchair and Danny rolled me over to go see Damien. And I remember seeing him there laying down, sleeping with all those wires on him. And I just felt bad once again. I was so sad, and at that point, like, I didn't really know what to do. Like, I just wanted to grab him and just take him home. But obviously, I couldn't. And then the nurse told me that I could go visit him whenever I wanted. He just couldn't go in the room with me. I felt like as soon as something was cured, like for example, when we found out he didn't have the infection, something else would happen. He wasn't eating well. He wasn't peeing. He kept throwing up. He didn't pee at all. That's also the reason why we had to leave him there in the NICU and we had to come home. I felt such an emptiness. Like, okay, I understand that my son was only there for a day. I don't know how to say this, but people tell me, oh, Jenny, it wasn't that bad. He was just in there for a day, or, and I'm like, I understand, but this is my child. This is I'm a first mom. I don't know what to expect, and I can't even imagine leaving like those premature babies that have to be in the NICU for months. So when we went in, I was able to breastfeed him. He was like latching on really good. He was eating really well. And then the nurse told him that he had peed, and I was so excited. Like, yes, like maybe we get to like bring him home. She said, everything looks good. You can take him home. Oh my God, that was like the best thing ever. Hearing those words, you can take him home. Although it was like really tough, that feeling when you can finally take your baby home, that feeling when you can finally feel your baby on your skin is the most amazing thing ever. My advice to new moms is to always keep an open mind. Like, you have to remember, even though you have a plan set up and you think you're the most organized, everything's gonna go well, like it may not be like that, or it may be. You never know. If anything does go wrong, just keep calm and keep reminding yourself, like, you can do this, and in a few hours you're going to have your baby in your arms, and that is the most amazing feeling you will ever experience. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys really enjoyed my story time. My baby is still sleeping, or else he would say bye to you guys too. But I'll see you guys next time. Bye.